My name's Kill Will. I'm a music producer from Cincinnati, Ohio. I got my start with a couple of Birdman songs. One was a decent mixtape song, and then I got my first major placement with Birdman also, Fire Flame Splitters. It did number 63 on Billboard Hot 100. From there, I've done a couple of records with Jeezy. I've got some records with Travis Porter. I got my music to Lil Wayne actually through Birdman and his engineer. Like, I sent the music directly to his engineer. Everything kind of got started based off of my Birdman placement and me hitting Billboard. And from there, I got offered a contract through EMI Music Publishing. When mainstream artists started selecting my music to use for their projects, it was kind of overwhelming. I got like an instant, like, I can't believe this is happening type thing. But eventually I got over that and was able to function regularly with those kind of people. It was kind of surreal at first though. With Lil Wayne, it's simply because of his work ethic. It's crazy. Like, he's in the studio right now while we're doing this interview. He's in the studio on the tour bus. He's in the studio in the hotel room. He's in the studio in the studio. And the only time he's not in the studio is when he's on the stage. So I really look up to Lil Wayne's work ethic. And then Young Jeezy, he calls it motivation, and that's exactly what it is for a lot of people, a lot of producers who didn't play instruments and didn't take any musical training courses. His producers that he usually uses are from similar backgrounds and don't have many of those things. So those are two people who inspire me. I started out as a rapper and then didn't really like that so much. But in that process, I started making my own beats. Most of the beat battles I did were in Cincinnati. The Beat Lounge beat battle a few times. Actually, that was one of like the places I got my biggest following from. It was kind of exciting getting into the beat battles for real because you get to go against other producers. Most of them are like in your same skill range. It's not really too many people better or worse than you, and it's kind of friendly competition. I won maybe 6 or 7 in a row in like less than a year, and then I started doing like battles out of town. I did some in Atlanta. I still go to them though all the time. Like, it was one the other day I was at. Being in the music business definitely did something for me, like with financial freedom. Like, I get to do whatever I want to now. I get to wake up and make music. As far as what makes a beat a Kill Will beat, there's like, you guys will have to tell me that. I just do what I do. I make maybe 2, 3 tracks on a typical day. Some days I might make 4 or 5. I send out a lot of emails to songwriters trying to get as much complete product as I can by the end of every day. My main motivation is I've got 2 kids already and 1 on the way, and like, they really are a big part of my life. Man, alongside of that is I really like the city that I'm from, and I want to do something significant for my city. Advice for somebody making music is be original, first and foremost. Like, you gotta do you before you can be any kind of good. Like, most people don't start off good, so you have to kind of stick with it until you get good. Definitely having an attorney is like one of the biggest things. Not necessarily to get your music to people, but to help you make sure once your music gets to people that you get what you deserve for your music getting to those people. The process of submitting a record versus it actually being released to the public and you actually getting a check can sometimes take a year. Like, it really just depends on how they really feel about this record, if it's gonna be a single, if it's gonna be used on an album. If you submit to an artist at the beginning stages of their album and then your record makes the album at the end of it, some artists work on their album for a 1 to 2 year period sometimes. Like, Young Jeezy worked on Thug Motivation 103 for 3 years. Just imagine had you submitted your record at the beginning of that 3 year period and it made the album. They just pay you so that you can not sue them when the album comes out. It's kind of like they don't really want to pay you, but I can imagine that's not what it is. They want to make sure that this song is actually going on the album before they pay for it. Kill Will is just a regular guy that happens to make music. I'm kind of like just the average run-of-the-mill dude that likes to have fun, do all the crazy things that people do with their friends and that kind of stuff.